God damn it, I didn't click record again. That sucks. Honestly, you guys didn't miss much. I just watched the intro all the way to here. I was explaining, hey, this is stupid, this is bullshit. I was told by you guys and by Google, hey, that we Bungie, we're not gonna vault the story this time. You guys could still play it, and I played the story. But I was like, since I had Heresy, and Heresy's a current season, I will do Heresy now in the stupid wonky ass way of doing 3, 2, 1 instead. I should be doing 1, 2, 3 Echo Revenant Heresy instead of Heresy Revenant Echo. But I said, since it's here, I might as well do it because I'm not sure how it is exactly. As you guys saw, I tried to do Echo, but I couldn't find it on the map. Even you guys were saying, even you guys went back to some of my video and checked my map saying, yeah, that's weird. All I see is just Revenant and Heresy. You don't have Echo. So I was like, yeah, I know, because I was told that I could still do it, but you know. And then I Google saying, hey, you can still do it. And then there's some people commenting, yeah, I didn't unlock the Echo quest until I did the Heresy quest. But as you can see, I did the Heresy quest and the Echo quest still wasn't there. So then I started doing the Revenant quest only to get hit by this truck that says, nah, because you didn't pay the $15 for it, you can't play it. So, which is stupid because it's like 3 expansions, 1, 2, 3 is $45 total, which is the price of a normal DLC expansion, which is way more content and more story with exotics and all that. But I guess they want you to pay for context to story, which is stupid. That's really scummy too, if I have to be honest. But I was like, okay. So I did the story, can't progress, but then I found out that because I just did the intro for Revenant, it unlocked the intro for Echo, which is like, what? Shouldn't it be all the other way around? And because of that, I assume like Revenant, it's going to show me the intro quest, and then it's going to show me the second quest that unlocks player activity, which is go far and spam this, you know, kind of like the Dreadnought thing and the Maze Labyrinth thing for Season of the Wish. So yeah, and because of that, I have to go all the way and watch cutscenes for this, and then watch cutscene for that, and then watch cutscene for Trial of the Nine. Because I'm not sure if the Trial of the Nine cutscene will spoil these cutscenes. And with that, we're all the way here where I said, yeah, I was rewatching the intro because because me playing and then watching are two different things. When you're playing and commentary, and so it's difficult trying to comment and pay attention to the story, especially when you're dumb like me. So I wanted to re-listen so it can be on the edited when I edit the video. But anyways, I always said that Fikrul with daddy issues over here has a new way to raise zombies, except they're not zombies. They're like living zombies. Kind of like they have a parasite is how I took it. But anyways, using the Echo fragment from the Traveler, which I explained in my video, that I made a theory saying, oh, these that came at the end of Final Shape, and this how because it lands there and it's like affecting the environment in this casual, unparanormal way. People are not sure how it will affect the environment. Like, it hitting the Dreadnought and the Dreadnought creating this copy of Oryx, which is an Echo. Because this isn't the Oryx that died. This is the Oryx that has knowledge up to the ship part of this, right? Compared to the other Oryx where we killed him in the raid that fell down into the underwater, which the Vanguard has the body of. So, but in this situation, Fikrul found the fragment and started using it to harness the ability. I don't know how he found out. I guess he just playtests until he raised light zombies or something. Which, I'm not gonna lie, kind of looks the same, but it is what it is. And which will explain the thing, how it infected the Vex and the Echo from the first 30 minutes I watched and the reaction we did before all this happened, you know? Like, you guys will see it when I upload the Echo video. I know, it's stupid wonky order, but yeah. It's how Bungie wants to do it, how Bungie wants to do. Anyways, let's press on. So pressing spacebar cancel the recording is what I just found out just now. because it just stopped recording again because I clicked the space bar because I thought I was on YouTube and not on OBS, which is kind of dumb, but that's on me. I usually just manually just click it and on my second screen and then just move my mouse over and start recording. So it should be good now. You guys didn't miss anything. It was just 1 second.
Think of the kin you have left. They're aboard the helm right now and they need you. You can't abandon them. Besides, if I came back without you, Ida would never forgive me.
If I come quietly, you will guarantee safe harbor for my people?
As long as they disarm and live peacefully with House Light, they'll be safe in the city. You have my word.
I expect the Guardian to enforce that. Now take me to Ido.
That's right. Take me to my grandchild.
When you have Fios
Goddamn
from
ads.
Verizon, you can save over 40% on.
All hands. This is the Hunter Vanguard. We have a high-value prisoner on board and a House Salvation catch inbound. Prepare for boarding defense. We don't want to fight your rescue team, Aramis. Call them off.
I'm not the one in need of a rescue. Once he finds you.
I don't know why she couldn't just answer the question instead of being so cryptic.
It's too late.
Father, I bring a gift. The power to make all Elixni our children.
God damn, you and your daddy issues. It honestly wants his approval. Man, I was so surprised right here because I wasn't sure if these are our Elixni or they're Aramis Elixni. But then I'm like, don't we have robots? That's why my reaction was so visceral because I was like, that's our Elixni. But maybe it isn't. Yeah, kill. I didn't know she said that when damn, what's her ship called when she crash landed? Also, it kind of sucks they didn't show us the crash landing. I assume she landed it fine because it doesn't look that beat up.
The helm is gone. At least we managed to salvage a small section of the ship from Europa. We couldn't leave poor Failsafe alone out there again. We must operate out of the last city for now. And so, welcome to my tonic shop. Petra has been helping me search through old records. Techian research, even materials from the old House of Wolves. I found many references to tonics, elixirs my forebears used to treat sickness or grant strength. This wasn't common medicine. Old Reese was suffused with the light of the Great Machine. Some of these ingredients must have been too. My father is ailing. Nezarek's curse works upon him day by day. But I know there's a solution in here somewhere. I won't give up until I find it. I hope my studies can be of some use to you as well. Whatever new power it is that Fikrul wields, we'll need a way to counteract it. For now, it may be helpful to study the revenants that Fikrul creates. It's unsavory, but we have to start somewhere. I believe my father wants to speak with you. Please, don't let him know that I'm worried for him.
I greet you in the light, Guardian. I regret that you must see me like this. I know insists that this is flowing the curse, but it is no cure.
Much Elixni medicine was forgotten. Ido seeks a remedy in secrets of old Reese.
There are few still living who know the ways of our lost home.
Eremiskel remembers. Captured by the Guardian this day, she will help.
Her love for the Elixni is poisoned by her hatred of the Great Machine.
But now she will see wisdom in your path. Yes.
Mithrax felt like he lost faith right here. Like I felt like there's a little extremist coming out. But I was like, I wonder, is that him
But not whole.
being at his wit's end, or is that the Nezarec affecting
The
him?
Great Machine would help reclaim what we lost on Reese. As I look at our hatchlings now, living in the ruins of humanity, building lives from scrap, and I see that we are debased, corrupted, defiled, doomed to meet our final end as Scorn.
Trust in Ido. Varix teaches the ways of house judgment. She will find old solutions to new problems. You will see.
I feel like I've seen that ad so often.
Even after the Traveler fled our sky, and our world was swept away in horror. After our great houses fell to betrayal and futile war, some Elixni held hope for unity and a future for our people.
Oh, all the houses.
How much time
I didn't notice that before.
But if none challenge Fikrul, that dream is lost. Fikrul will condemn Elixni to decay and ruin. We will be a dead people, rolled over by the dead. My life is for my daughter and my house. Let them see that I still believe the old stories. Old stories tell that when Reese was threatened by dangers no weapon could defeat, the Kells would call upon a Slayer Baron, one possessed of forgotten knowledge, capable of impossible feats, one who can stand against an unrelenting foe. Does that not describe you well, my friend? So much of our history is tale and myth, but the scribe Varix remembers much. And what he cannot recall, Ido will help you uncover. I name you my Slayer, Baron, and I beg of you, defend our house, defend our people. Deliver them from this second whirlwind. And when the time comes, deliver them from my curse. Fikrul and his minions continue to hunt down Elixni across the Soul System. He does not seek to call them under his banner. He will warp their minds, control them. They will kneel, willing or otherwise. Kell of Kells, Slayer, Baron, these are old titles, but our faith in them holds strong. Even those in House Salvation will understand the role you play. Death came for Reese, and none could prevent it. But that does not have to be our future. I will not compel your obedience, Guardian. I beseech you, as kin, join your sword arms to mine. Slayer Baron of House Light, stand against those who would cast us into ruin. Cut down all those who would destroy our house. Carve a future for the living from the bones of the dead.
I visited Aramis in her cell. We've been talking a little. I think we're making progress. She's been more responsive lately. You've been out there protecting our people. Even she has to admit that much. I mentioned that I've been working with Varix to track down information about tonics. Aramis said she knew a couple of older Elixni with knowledge of such things. If we could track down an apothecary, it would speed up my research considerably. In the meantime, Aramis also spoke of a Salvation enclave that might need our help. I sent Crow the coordinates. I might have left out the part where Aramis gave them to us. I know, but I think we can trust Aramis to look after the interests of her own people. I'm sure Crow will see that soon enough. Trust me on this?
Varix sees suspicion in the Slayer Baron. Can they trust Varix? Perhaps he still desires to be Kell of Kells, yes? After all, many died to make it so. It is true that Varix wanted power, not for himself, but for all Elixni, to build a new home filled with peace. But Varix lied to himself and his people.
Don't believe J. Jones' negative ads. Jones has tried to hide the fact that he's never prosecuted a case.
As a Democratic...
He was misled by darkness, and he lost the way of his house. And many
Think we can trust Aramis to look after the interests on this?
suspicion in the Slayer Baron. Can they trust Varix? Perhaps he still desires to be in the Slayer Baron. Can they trust?
The reason I rewind, I was like, wait, who is he? Is he talking about us? How they can't trust us? I feel like we should have so much trust. But he's talking about himself in the weird way he talks in the third person. I mean, I feel like I mentioned in the video, I don't know what's the time lapse in this game, like from Beyond Light to here. After the whole thing of us helping him and helping free the Elixni and helping them escape while they're being, what was it, like being, is it called, I don't watch Star Wars, or what's the other Star Wars that's also in the stars that you have war in? Fuck. Star Trek, yes. Isn't there another one? Another well-known one? I don't know. Whether if it's well-known, I don't know it. I believe is it called a tractor cannon? Or a tractor ray? It's the little spaceship thingy that holds your spaceship when they beam at you. Look, I'm not a big fan of sci-fi. That's why I'm like, I mean, I say that, but I enjoy Star Wars Survivor well until everything was reset. which I need to finish eventually and catch up and then record it for you guys. But that could be years if I have time. But that's something else. Let's just anyways. What I'm saying is when we help him free the elixir from the tractor beam thingy majiggy, and when he gave that amazing speech in Beyond Light, that was my favorite one. My favorite moment. If only. Maybe that was my only favorite. Anyways, that was my favorite moment in that expansion when he gave that speech about Aramis. Oh my god, that was chef kiss. I read and I reference it a lot too. I trust him, so he shouldn't be suspicious of our suspicious about him.
Verix. Perhaps he still desires to be Kell of Kells, yes?
You kill or kill?
After all,
I doubt it.
many died to make it so. It is true that Verix wanted power, not for himself,
but for his people.
Elixni, to build a new home filled with peace.
Oh, that's new. I didn't know he wanted power because I thought he was just helping Aramis. Because he wanted Elixni, because he agreed with her propaganda, her agenda of what she wanted for her people. But then she became twisted, this whole corruption with the stasis, which is understandable because you guys reminded me that stasis corrupts people. Because that's pretty much referencing Elizabeth, all the multiple timeline that she was in. Where we got corrupted, the people were corrupted by stasis. Anna was corrupted with stasis and became evil. And she's like, here, we could have a chance. You weren't tainted this time. So, but I didn't know he wanted to be killed.
To himself and his people. He was misled by darkness. And he lost the way of his house. And many terrors were born of his failure. Now Verix is humbled. He remembers he is not a Kell. He is a scribe. House judgment is not the way of fighting or ruling. It is the way of keeping history, promoting justice, teaching, actually.
What the hell? This guy has graceful charity the entire time?
Train idle. And
what?
Together, scribes will
Dude, you have like 30 monsters in here?
The many wrongs of Verix the Loyal.
If you don't know, I'm on my Steam Deck in the background while listening to Verix talk.
This isn't enough.
Major Fieldwork 3.
Father would sooner throw himself at Fikrul than listen to me. Give me a chance to heal him. The things he says to me, the thing he's becoming.
Okay, so he is getting affected.
I don't even recognize him. And then one day, he'll just be gone.
Aw.
There's so much at stake.
Poor Idol.
So much to hold and so
She gotta
few
save her
hands.
dad.
Fikrul must be stopped, but if I must pay the price of losing my father to do it, Thank you, Slayer Baron, for listening to me. Thank you for all that you do to fight in my father's name. In our people's name.
It's cool, we're friends.
Truly of our catch.
And I feel like you don't get really that many like-minded minds.
Protein chains to synthesize. These experiments may all be for nothing. I'm not good enough. I'm not an apothecary.
You just need to step away for a little bit.
Yeah, breather.
Clear your head.
Thanks. But
oh, look at Crow passing on his lesson. That's my boy.
I get it. Family is important. The thought of losing them can feel
Crow would know.
The fear sinks bone deep and makes you desperate.
My God. Crow is such a great character.
What would you do if you were me?
Don't do what I did. I let a beautiful lie lead me astray.
Yep.
I stopped
whole
believing
Riven.
in myself.
It's hard to believe in yourself when all you can see are your failures and shortcomings.
Yeah, but we all fail. What matters is how we deal with that failure. Who we choose to be in that moment.
Thank you. I think I needed to hear that.
Sometimes I need that reminder too.
This tonic is triggering a fight or flight response in your endocrine system. We'll have to try something else. These Earth-based reagents are anemic compared to old Reese analogs. Earth is a wasting sphere of rock. Of course, its bounty is pitiable in comparison to what we lost.
Oh, that's just
Earth
hate.
is a
That
beautiful
petty
rock.
remark.
That it still has such bounty in the wake of the collapse is remarkable. It isn't Reese.
Aramis may have chosen cold words, but there is truth in them. You know Reese as a story. We remember the taste of ether in the air.
And so does the apothecary. She shares your perspective, your loss. Even if we find her, she may balk at the idea of working with someone like me.
So we still haven't found her yet.
Someone who knows
Okay.
nothing of old
Because they did
Reese but
mention there was
stories.
a Elixir apothecary.
Reese
Aramis
fall
knew.
may seem cold, but within there is more than ice. There is a want for warmth.
Even those of us who knelt to our oppressors remember what we lost. It is important to never lose ourselves again. That is why we hold on so firmly to the past, for the promise of those who will live in a better future. No, the apothecary will not see the soul system with your eyes, but she will see you with ours. Thank you, Aramiscal. Varix.
This is good. I'll make sure to pass along the data to Ido.
Ido is not present.
No, she's in her lab. I offered to monitor comms. She left, extensive notes.
What is your opinion of Ido? Humor Varix, yes?
Ooh.
She has a lot to learn about the world. But
Yep,
honestly,
she's naive.
her
That's-
naivete.
That's why I forgot what season was it. The pirate one, the one with the heist, where we got Garrett the thing to make the soup, the tea, so Saint can give it to Osiris. Man, Mythrax MVP, Idol's MVP too. But like Aramis was talking to her, it's like not everything is as you seems. It's like it's not this. It's not like what it is when what you in the stories you read in your books. And then when she believes, it's like, and then oh god, something led to a situation where she went herself to show Aramis and her father that what she was doing was right, but but she was naive in the way she thought, and she was attacked. So then Aramis came in and saved her, because Aramis has experience with age and what, like, and in the cold hard truth that her father wants to protect her from. Like, he doesn't want to reveal too much about how terrible how harsh the outside world is to his kid, which is understandable as a parent. You don't want to like give him the talk, kind of like the story, not a story, like being dark skinned in the current world we are. You have to give it sucks, but you have to give your child that, because your child to talk, because your skin is dark. You may not be treated as everyone else. Some people may have prejudice against you. You may just be standing there, and then someone just comes up and questions you because you look out of place. You look suspicious because of the way you look or your skin color. It's harsh outside compared to like the safe bubble that you've been living in, that your parents are protecting you from. You know, I can understand what Mythrax is going, and how Aramis wants to like was to temper Idol's expectation on the reality that's outside of here, you know? But like Crow said, she's naive and young. She has so much she needs to learn, especially now that she's more in a front guard. I don't know what's the word for it. More out experience. Like she's doing more that's out of her safe zone or bubble because she's picking up more. She's becoming a apothecary when she was a historian or a scribe in the heist plunder season, whatever it's called. I forgot.
Allows her to see things people like us miss.
Yeah, because we're jaded in the things we see. It's like we see a fallen. 90% of the time we're going to be like, that's an enemy. But then there's 10% will be like, it might not be. This fallen could need help. This elixir could need help. It might not be a fallen. It could be an elixir, you know? Or this hive. Or this vex. Like, it's different perspective for different people, you know?
She saw the good still in Aramis. She saw the darkness growing in Mithrax.
Yes. Idol sees through unclouded eyes. A good judge of character.
What are you getting at?
There is only so much Varix can build. Any foundation for the future sinks into resentments of the past. House Judgment's legacy suffers. Varix does not get the once prince's second chance.
Oh. That's unfortunate, but it's like 50-50. I wasn't completely understanding, but from what I think he's saying, because he's like the mascot, the face of the House of Judgment, he made this call that ended up ruining the reputation for the House of Judgment when he betrayed us and joined Aramis. So then like alter the views of how people see House Judgment. Because when you think of that, you'd be like, oh, they're with House of Salvation. And unlike Aldrin or Crow, who got a second chance, Varix is not going to get a second chance. He's not that lucky. I mean, unless he dies and comes back as the Guardian, or he does some giant big hurdle change, or like he did something that can like cover, what's the word, replace the thought of what people think of House Judgment. Like the things Crow have done now has exceedingly overlapped what Aldrin did. Like, he has been so much of an MVP player through all this. I feel like he more than made up for what he did. And even the man he killed has come back. It's like, yeah, bro, I understand.
Varix's legacy is forever stained.
Nah, bro, I believe.
Not fair to you.
Exactly.
House Judgment deserves a fresh start as well. To see a new world with new eyes.
Is Idol gonna become the Kel of House Judgment?
Much as you have become, yes.
Ido is that future. Isn't she?
Oh, she might be the Kel for that.
Have you talked to her about this? Is it even something she wants?
Varix
Passing
is
it on.
old enough to know that what one wants to do and what one needs to do are often very different things.
I mean, yeah, like, things could show up and it is what it is. You just gotta move on with it. I hope he's not foreshadowing that he's gonna die. If anything, I would like Ido to have more mentors. She has Aramis in her teaching, her father, and then with Varix.